friends, and welcome to Searching and Fearless Tarot. This video we will be talking about Venus in Cancer, okay, and how Venus expresses itself in water in Cancer. Cancer is a sign all about feelings, nostalgia, things from the past, how we were in our family, how we love other people, how people make us feel, okay? Cancer is going to be the guidepost for that. So this is going to be a time where you could possibly be thinking about past decisions that you've made in relationships that have come and gone. This could be you reconciling with people from the past if it's permitted or ready. This could be a time where you are thinking heavily about the way that you love others and who you're attracted to and how you can get a better outcome, or how you can nurture others in a healthier way, or nurture yourself in a healthier way. Yeah, so those are the messages for Venus in Cancer. I'm just gonna use Venus as my little guidepost here, and we're gonna get into prayer and see what messages we got for Venus in Cancer. Father God, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for all that you do for us. Wisdom, guidance, and love. Please help to give me messages for the collective that's watching this video. What do they need to know? What themes are going to be played out with Venus in Cancer? Nice. Okay, so I see the Three of Swords here. This talks about healing, moving forward into the future. High Priestess reversed and the Hanged Man. Interesting. I feel like there's something that's I'm gonna have to get clarification on this. But it feels like there's a decision you made, and there's things behind the scenes that you're not seeing, and they're asking you to keep your strength. With the High Priestess reversed too, this could also be you trying to figure out what's going on behind the scenes, or it could be you looking at someone else's social media, or just pretty much driving yourself crazy with assumptions, driving yourself insane with assumptions towards this person, this thing. They're saying be careful in this time, okay? Please try to surrender instead of controlling the situation, because if you do it that way, you're going to get burnt out with the Four of Swords reversed. With the Hanged Man after the Tower, with the decisions that you've made previously in your relationships, you knew that this was going to cause you a delay. But the thing is that you saw the bigger picture. You saw where things were headed, and that's why you kept the faith. And that's why you're getting all these difficult lessons right now. So, you know, also I'm getting the message that if you guys are running into challenges, maybe that you haven't, that were past challenges that you never thought you would run into again, that's Saturn going into retrograde and making sure that you've learned those lessons that you needed to learn in previous times. So with the Two of Swords, the Star reversed, and the Emperor, this to me talks about the inner judgments that you've made on yourself when it comes to decisions in progressing relationships and moving forward. Possibly some of you could have been in too masculine of an energy, and it doesn't matter if you're feminine or masculine, because let's say you are feminine and you were in your masculine energy. I'm very familiar with this. With the masculine energy, a feminine being in her masculine, this is like, especially toxic masculinity, this is I'll play you before you play me, or this is being hyper aware, being hyper worried that everyone is out to get you, or that everyone's gonna fuck you over, or the relationships that you're in, you're only going to get used again. Why would I do this again? It's only gonna happen this way again. That's what I keep hearing. Please don't punish yourself. For those of you, this is an odd message and this won't resonate with everybody, but please don't punish yourself for decisions that you made out of survival. Don't punish yourself because you had to get by somehow. And this is the energy that you got by in for many, many years, okay? Don't punish yourself for past decisions when you didn't know any better, when you were only doing the best you could with what you had. And a damn good job at it. Because not everybody can be in this energy. Not everybody can be their own savior. Not everybody can be in action and wanting to go towards their dreams and move forward into the future. Not everybody has that ability or gift. So give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit, because they're merely mistakes. And we all make mistakes. And when you start giving yourself shit for making mistakes that you couldn't have possibly perceived, that's when you're getting into an energy of trying to control something that was out of your control. You know, every day is a new day, and you can wake up and choose to be different, do different. And yes, if you're choosing to wake up and be different, if you've come out of a hurt place, if a lot of the decisions that you've made in the past years have been out of survival and not out of love, forgive yourself. Because forgiving yourself is the key to moving forward. Forgiving yourself is the key to progress. Rigidly trying to sit there and not make anything change and not be accountable for your own shit is going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you in this mind frame. And it's not anything to do with you're a shitty person because you're afraid, you're scared, and that's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person for being scared. But the question you have to ask yourself is, do I want to grow, or do I want to stay in this place that wasn't meant for me forever? You know? Because really, realistically, change is very uncomfortable, but it's not depressing. So it's like it feels like a lot of you were at a point where it's like you can either change or you can stay in the discomfort, but the discomfort really isn't working for you well. And when you make decisions because you feel like you have to, or when you make decisions because you feel like society is forcing you to do that, or you would be more accepted, you're not going to be happy. You're going to end up being very resentful and miserable. And you knew that. You knew that. So don't beat yourself up for being true to who you are, being true to your heart. Don't be scared to state your heart. Don't be scared to speak on a truth that you see needs to be spoken on. Don't let yourself get weighed down by the rumors and the bullshit and the expectations. You can't control what somebody else does. You can only control what you do. You can only control the decisions that you make. And it's okay. It's okay that you don't have control. And in fact, it's one of the best lessons that I've ever learned in my entire life. Because I didn't realize how much that rigidity, how much that control affected me, affected my personality, affected the way that I responded to people, affected everything. Everything. You will find victory. You will find victory. Don't be concerned with somebody else's. The minute that you get attached and concerned with somebody else's victory, or you're in competition with somebody that you shouldn't be, that's when you lose. No matter how much you win at the end of the day, if you're in competition, you lose. You lose. There's no point in trying to keep up a cool facade if you know that it's only going to fall by the wayside. I don't know why, but I feel the need to tell this personal story, so I'm just going to tell it. I came from a home of very functional alcoholics, okay? And I had an issue where I really just wasn't emotionally nurtured as a child, and I got used to that. I didn't understand anything different, so it was just easier for me to be in a masculine energy. It was easier for me to bullshit. It was easier for me to pretend and build myself up to something that I wasn't, you know? And mind you, this was a while, over 10 years ago almost now, so I'm at a point where I can talk about it. But when I was first coming out with this stuff and talking about lying to other people to make myself look cool, that was one of the most freeing moments I've ever had in my life, because that held me down for so long, trying to keep up a cool facade, trying to keep up this perfect personality that didn't fit me anyways. Nobody wants to see someone who's perfect, and that was a really hard lesson for me to learn. You know, it was hard for me to understand why I did that, why I would lie to people to make myself look better. And then I understood myself and where I came from and my family, and I also understood that children that come from alcoholic homes have parents that do that. They lie, they white lie all the time, and that's an acceptable thing in their household. So to me, that translated as like, oh, everybody does that. Everybody, not saying that what I did was okay in any way, shape, or form. It was incredibly fucked up, but it gave me peace of mind and it helped me to move forward. And now it no longer regulates me. Something that I used to be scared of, that used to regulate me, that I used to have to control and remember tiny details of, shit like that. It's all comes from self-worth. And so it's like, I guess I wanted to tell this story to help people understand that self-worth, so much of the things that we carry shame and weight around are so insignificant, and if we just get it off of our chest and we talk about it with the people who love and care about us, it will move mountains, my friends. It will move mountains. I know that's goes against pretty much everything a lot of us have been taught, but it's the reality, and I've lived it. I would not be saying these kinds of things if I hadn't lived through them, if I hadn't seen the other side of them. And they're scary. They're scary because a lot of times when you're honest like that, like I am, I'm a little too bluntly honest at times, and I'm learning how to calibrate that, you know, to where because honesty can also be a weapon. We all know this, but for the most part, being open and being down to earth and just letting people know where the fuck you're at all times is really not that difficult. And it's not that awkward looking once that person is used to it. Most of the people that come into my life nowadays, I'm going to say that. I'm like, hey, I'm at a point where I'm kind of calibrating things and I'm trying to be as honest as I possibly can be. Just give me some time on this, okay? I know that sounds really weird, but it's really not. If that's somebody that you truly love and supports you, that should be a comfortable thing. You should be able to be like, hey, I'm really worried about this. Is this true? This is what I'm thinking in my head, you know, is this true? And if that person can explain that, you just took out 3, 4, 5 weeks of fucking hidden resentment that you had over something that probably wasn't even the case, you know? So that's why communication is important. And with Venus in Cancer, I'm a Cancer sun, I get it. You know, it's really, we can be very protected. It's very difficult for us to be vulnerable, especially when we've been shat on so much in our lives. But every Cancer or every person with major Cancer placements knows what I'm talking about when we have to come to that point in our life where we're like, okay, is how much we help people hindering us? Is it hurting us? Where are we going with this? You know, how can we help people in a healthier way? How can we not nurture and give so much fucking control and expectation towards that other individual? Because that's what Cancer is all about. It's mothering. It's wanting to make sure that someone's safe and comfortable and warm and loved. So be careful that you're not guarding yourself too much as well. Make sure that you're putting yourself out there. You know, if somebody makes you feel good, and I'm not saying like feel good from a physical sense. I'm saying like in your heart space, someone like that makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel at home. That's somebody worth fighting for. Yeah, there's a lot of inner turmoil going on, and there's no communication with the with the Three of Pentacles reversed. This could be somebody doing shady shit behind your back and not really giving you any clarity about it, and giving you a lot of inner turmoil and strife, leading you to a lot of choices, but it makes you feel very stuck. Don't get stuck in the past, my friend. For those of you that are isolating and it's like you're wanting to get back out there but you don't know how, please don't get back out there until you know that you're ready. Don't get back out there until you stop chastising yourself for the choices that you made while you were in a relationship. Get into a relationship because you want the company of the other person. Get into a relationship because you want to nourish each other. You want to support each other's growth. Get into a relationship because you guys can grow together. Don't get into a relationship because you're alone and you're emotionally overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, and that's just causes a whole nother stream of issues. Because I know, for the Cancers watching this, I know, for me personally, in my romantic life, I also have Venus in retrograde in my natal chart, but in my own personal love life, I know that I had an issue with literally, and I'm also an air Venus, I'm a Gemini Venus, but I had an issue with turning off my feelings at a certain point in a lot of my relationships over the years. So like, I would get really close with somebody and then I would stop the emotion there because I was terrified of being vulnerable. I was terrified of getting my heart hurt again, you know? So it's very easy for Cancers to kind of manipulate that scenario. So be careful of that as well in these times. Really check your motives when you're getting into a relationship with somebody. And it doesn't just mean a love relationship. This could be a friend relationship. This could be a coworker situation, anything. Just make sure that you're checking your motives, checking the reason why you want to move forward with this person. Because if you start a new romantic cycle with somebody that you're kind of blasé for, but they keep space and they make it so that you're not alone, you're going to be starting a whole new cycle and adding on more lessons that are completely unnecessary. If that's the way it goes for you, make sure that how you're feeling is authentic. Anyways, okay. All right, let's go into guidance cards. Whale and Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. I feel like a lot of the messages here are just trust. Trust those that are coming into your life right now because they're not coming into your life by chance. The Whale and Orca Elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, and the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The Whale and Orca Elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. This is perfect for Venus in Cancer because that's really the reality. That's why Cancer can be the most intuitive sign there are many intuitive signs, but Cancer is definitely one of the most psychic just because they can pick up on different frequencies. They can pick up on vibrations and feelings. So if you're feeling extra sensitive in this time, use it as a tool. Use it as your song to sing to everyone and be who you truly are. Be Dare to be who you truly are. Dare to be your true self in this time, because I promise you, you will not regret it. Bye, guys.